The muscles in my right hand strain as I type in your name and title, poet, on my phone. The black sheen of the glass unwelcoming to my soft fingertip. The fridge hums. The dog sleeps under the bench.
The underside of my knee, inside, it's like somebody's hands are touching bags in a Lego store to figure out what's inside. I'm charging all my electronics in an airport and my hoodie's up, wondering how early is too early to click.
Eyelids heavy and prickly. My body is sloppy S, fitting around the dog at the foot of the bed. Again the hysterics in the ears, 1,000 miniature crickets practicing. Through this, the traffic outside and the comforting sounds of Lego figures shooting.
My fingers on the ridges of the peel of a 65% eaten banana, the smooth skin draped over my barnacled knuckles from boxing, and I'm someone who knows how to pre-slice a banana, so when you open it, it's in little bitcoins.
The folds of my dress catch the light and the shade in undefinable shapes. The fade across a stripe, the weave of the fabric, disrupting the border between dark blue and pastel. The dog rhythmically sucks her fluffy lamb toy, then leans her head on my thigh.
My bag curves around my rucksack like a skateboard. One handle of this brown paper bag broke, so I've got it pushed into my midriff like a baby with my hand underneath. The bag has razors, dried mango, shaving foam, and a punnet of a fruit I've never seen before.
Little black lumps of rubber in my shoe. My eyes dry from the sun. I crawl through a hole in the fence padded with a synthetic black material. The top of the goal catches the low sun, liquefying the upper bar.
If you're thinking that must be some heavy foam, when the handle snapped, there was a litre of mineral water in there too. I'm bald, context, and I kept being irritated by what seemed like a stray hair, but it was a thread from my cap.
Attempting to stretch out the round mat of a trampoline onto the frame is no joke. 2 adults, 2 kids, and a dog is not enough people to do the job. I wake up with sore shoulders and sleepy eyes. My palms are pink under bumps where the finger is about to start. I'm re-experiencing the liquid upper bar from the football fields yesterday, except now it's over my right eyebrow, flashing in a bowed shape. As I focus on it, it drifts away from my vision, only to reappear seconds later.
My second toe in from the left on my left foot was sore all the way around the marathon. Normally foot pain just means you need to cut your toenails, but for some reason this pain isn't going away when I do that. My hamstrings are like someone's pulling them apart, inserting something between each letter of the word HAMSTRING, like they're trying to find a poetry movement. My shoulders also felt like someone was struggling with a Yale key in them, really fighting with the lock, probably drunk or high, or maybe with cold hands or something and needing a pee.
We really only know the value of a washing machine when it breaks. I wake up and struggle through piles of dirty laundry just to get a glass of water. Stairs are clad with underwear and moist towels. In the kitchen, smelly rags and tea towels hang on the backs of all the chairs.
My suitcase is massive. If such a thing were possible, it would bring all the boys to the yard. I'm wheeling it, according to Google Maps, 27 mins on cobbled streets and become very conscious of my forearm. I'm wearing the free t-shirt from the marathon and someone says to me in English, "You can still walk."
The yarn is yellow mohair from a very fluffy goat. Quite a change from the sturdy, stiff linen yarn I'm used to. With linen, I know where I stand. My hands are deft at controlling it and at letting go when necessary. Mohair is a fickle friend. It tickles and breaks, and I soon grow tired of it.
I hunch my shoulders too much. Relax your shoulders, he says. Relax your shoulders. 1, 2, relax your shoulders. But seconds later, they're hunched again.
The corridor I walk down is strangely deserted, the heavy noise level out of sync with the lack of people visible. I push open a faux wood door and am met with bright lights, bouncing bodies, and a stadium rock song too ubiquitous for me to remember.
The fruit I hadn't seen before was loquats, and I've just bought more along with kumquats. All the quats, unless there are quats that are lost on me. The crumbs raining down from this baguette, holy smoke. The other thing he picked me up on was my elbow, which was new.
Greasy mouth and fingers, greasy plates, and a crunchy sound between concrete floor and shoe. A scraping sound from the dishwasher. Are my eyes greasy or my glasses? I sniffle, I snort in. My ankles get itchy as the seasons change. My fingers are cold and the wall clock rhythmically plods on with a sound of scratchy plastic.
My hand gets caught on a metro station door with the slight stickiness of it and the sudden sense of its weight. We drink a few beers and the condensation works on the remnants of the door on my hands and we start to like one another.
I sit next to Annika in the sofa. We each have a bowl of kefir mixed with sticky brown sugar. It hits me. A spoonful transports me to my childhood kitchen and to my childhood mouth. A softer time.
I'm wearing Fanta socks, and little pieces of orange fluff show up everywhere except where they might actually be useful, like a pumpkin costume. Have this urge to just curl up on the wooden floor because something I set my hopes on didn't pan out, and in quick succession I move chair to floor to bed to chair, and each time also change the position of my phone.
Again the glass in front of my eye so greasy, a dirty window to the world. Everything I see is filtered through these two small discs. Fingerprints, hair, residues from lunch. The screen blurs out of focus. What am I doing?
I should be used to my own histrionics. My calf when jogging suddenly squeals like yogurt after you rip off the foil if you listen carefully. Every time I say the word carefully, I can't get the cheese out of my head.
Pretending I know how, a daily routine. I know how to walk the dog. I call her, clip the leash on, say a kissing sound, walk out the door. She yanks and yanks. I stand still, then walk. But I give up the routine of stopping when she pulls, and soon we trot along at her pace. Until I'm fed up, I stop, scold her half-heartedly, walk on. Soon the whole thing is repeated. A weaving tutor once said to me, I need to teach you some discipline. What is discipline really? But just doing the same thing over and over until you forget what it is.
Driving on a motorway with hardly any cars and saying thank you to an automated toll collection booth. The flats of my feet, a bottle of water nearby just for the opportunity.
The same goes for mopping a floor. I've done it endless times. I like to start in a corner and work my way across the room in collecting circular movements. How anything is picked up by the mop, I've never understood. Does it get entangled in the mop head? And then I shake it loose in the bucket? I'm disciplined when mopping, mimicking my father's endless floor washing. He did it on all fours with a scrub and a rough cloth, small sections at a time. Patiently pouring out the dirty water, refilling the bucket, and continuing with a couple of square meters at a time. I think he thought it therapeutic, a time to himself, a guaranteed hour of contemplation and solitude.
Walking past someone you know even quite well because it's not the right time to stop and talk. Sometimes I think Aperol Spritz is the Jenga piece that will bring the whole military-industrial complex crashing down around us if we can only muster the courage to rid this world of that drink.
Itchy ankles.
My neck sort of juts into the little dip between two pillows. I can feel stubble from somewhere but can't work out what is what. Stung by some sort of insect on my leg, twice.
Those brown dog eyes tilted. Muffled voices and airy music from the floor below, separated by a mattress, floorboards and some insulating material. It's my life.